Welcome. Looks like I need to change something real quick. Yep, that's what it did. For some unknown reason, my computer likes to turn my mic down. Alright, does that look better? That does look better. Alright. Probably going to want to add a little bit of audio here. So we are back. It's been a while, actually, since I've streamed. No real good reasons, just it's been a while. But there's been a new bundle that's been released, the Timeless Legacy bundle. And so we're going to go take a look at some of the ships and at least see how they fly. So we're going to get the bundle. And then I think we still need to pick up the ships. We do. So we'll claim. What's the number on that? 150. Okinawa. Alright, and then the Proxima is 3001. It is also an NX. Okay. So claim. And then I think I already have 1750. That looks like that's just a random number. We'll just take whatever random number this one gives. And we will claim. And this is the Warden. So excited to see these ships. Some of these ships actually look really good. Happy to be able to see them. Alright, so that's all the ships. And so the first one we're actually going to do is the Proxima, only because, yeah, I'm not a big fan of science, so I want to just get the science one out of the way. Well, I got to do some stuff. Count are these bound to account, so those are the ones I don't use. So this goes in here. This goes in here. Also need to move these ship slots. This is the, oh. Do not want to open that up. We'll just put that in here. Add it to my growing collection of T6 coupons. It just is adding to my group. Let's go ahead and fully unlock all these ships. That was kind of weird. Almost went into a panic for a second. So, Warden, unlock you, unlock you. Proxima. Unlock you. Unlock you. Okinawa. Unlock you. Unlock you. Alright. Go and put these back in the bank. Need to move those out of the way too. Just move these over. These somehow got mixed up. Turn. Put those in order. I'm just going to move these down here to give myself some room. I'm actually just going to get rid of that because I'm never going to use it. So we're just going to go through, unlock the traits on these, see how it flies, see how it feels, and then go from there. I think I'll need one of those, both the ships that are in this bundle. Really only have one hangar bay. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the Proxima. I don't know why I'm looking at my officers. So first off with the Proxima, can it handle cannons? I've heard that this console is really good, but I'm not going to use it, at least on this one. Can it handle cannons? It can. So first things first, we'll get this. We are just going to discard that. Wait a minute. Why did it not... Oh. Wait, why did it not select... Should have automatically moved over stuff. So now I have to figure out what I'm missing. So, Terran. Terran, goodbye. And then, since we can do cannons, we'll do Withering Barrage. Oops. Oops. It does allow for a Secondary deflector. Just gonna make sure. I haven't checked for a while, so could be a possibility there's something on here that's not protected. All right. So there has been some stuff from. Let's actually go the other way around. Apparently, with a recent post, they're actually thinking about opening up Omnis, probably allowing 4 instead of the hard lock of 3. I'm actually kind of excited about that. So we can actually reset that. We don't need that. Wait, did I not grab deck? Oh, I did grab it. Just, oh man. We're gonna put this in a tack slot. Oh. I need one more console. You know what? Sure. This is definitely probably not the most optimized for this ship. We'll just set the ship up. I'm going to go back down and look at the ship models a little bit more. I just want to get everything set up. Now, I will honestly say, if I was going to say in this design, I understand that there's a lot of people out there who really do love this design. Unfortunately, if I was honest, I don't. Unfortunately, yeah. Let's see. This is that. So need that, and then science chips will be like this, this, and this. So we are actually going to max out this and add the power. They should actually end up being equal. That's 125 and that's 135. Yep. Yep. Move all this stuff around. This is crit chance. Crit severity. And firing haste. Actually, these need to go down here. Domino. advanced computer. This can go over here. Alright, yeah, I don't... The problem is with me unlocking this trait, I don't think I'm going to use this ever. But I guess we'll find out. It's actually interesting. We'll switch this over to Loki. And we will do weapons here and shields. Sure. This needs to be changing that to Felix. Oh yeah, Miracle Worker. Double Miracle Worker, wow. Don't think that's good. Okay, so I need Morris. And then torpedoes. Spread. And then have a beta on there. So we can do chemo site here. TAC team here. And distributing targeting. Yeah, that looks good. This is a basic build. Distributing shields and weapons. So this is going to have a problem with moving, I think. We'll have to see how fleet it is when I'm messing with it. Hazards. We're probably going to move some of that stuff around, so it's okay. Atomic officer. Polarized hole. Okay. Go like that. Oh. Almost missed that. Oh, I am missing an ability. I see it. We will go up and grab it again. Tactical team. And torpedo spread. And they use this type 14s. So we can move, actually, we can move this down here. Move these over, put this here. We can move these down. Alright, let's save this. Let's go back down and look at the ship. Actually, so this model here, the TOS model, I'm actually not a fan of. Oh, you know, there's actually something else I need to do. Disable visuals, disable visuals. We didn't need those. So let's go look at the model itself. Yeah, actually, now that I'm flying in it, actually, it doesn't look that bad. When you look at it still, it looks horrible. But I never played this game, so I don't have a. I think it's Legacy. I never played Legacy, so I don't have any attachment to the model itself or the ship. And so when I look at it, I guess when people look at people who are a fan of that game, when they see the ship and they're like, "Oh my God, it's in the game." I do not have that feeling. No, like I said, I do. Maybe when I look at that live right now, I feel a little bit different about it now, but looking at the still pictures, it just looked like a big pontoon boat. Watched the stream earlier today. People were calling it a pontoon boat, asking if it can land in the water. Um, but this one I actually do like. Matter of fact, with this one, like if they were to just remove uh, both of the deflectors, put the deflector right here, and remove the supports here for the deflectors, this would actually be a very, very good looking ship. Like a very good looking ship. I'd really like the way this ship looked, but uh, it's it is fine the way it is. I do think I'm gonna go with this model itself, and then I saw that you can do something with the cells. I just wanna. So according to the stream earlier today, they're talking about how Pundus was talking about how when he originally was making it, well, when they originally designed the ship, they were intended to do just a single nacelle, but then they didn't feel it like it matched the theme or the history of the ship, and so they went back to two nacelles. But he kept the single nacelle option in there. I actually kind of like the single nacelle on it, or instead of the double nacelles. It's all gonna be personal preference. I will say, for the most part, I'm not a huge fan of double nacelled ships. I prefer the single nacelle ships, but yeah, I think you could do that on all of them. All of them have a. No, that's the pilot ones. No, just the. Oh no, just the Pollux has a single nacelle. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, let's do the Pollux and yeah, Miranda Bridge is fine. All right, let us go and unlock this. I didn't look at the movement stats. It kind of looks like it's like a flying brick. But we'll have to see here. Maybe cannons are a bad idea on it. Wait, I thought I chose a single nacelle. Oh well. We'll go with it. We are in the correct difficulty. Time to rescue and research. I mean, it's a very pretty ship. I mean, it doesn't feel so bad. We did do it.
That rift's unstable. We need to hurry, or those ships won't.
The lack of a lieutenant commander engineering is going to drive me crazy, though.
Klingon vessels are warping into your...
And I suppose I could have gotten rid of some tactical abilities, but no. The quick answer on that is no. No. I definitely would rather have tac abilities over emergency powered engines.
One less rift to worry about. Let's regroup with Kumar.
And there's a possibility that instead of emergency powered shields, I should have did emergency powered engines.
Approaching our position.
I mean, it feels fine. It is killing just about as well as it should be. Yeah, for an unoptimized build, I'm guessing this seems fine. The fact that it is a 4-3 kind of helps with the science ship. Trisander's probably sad about it. I'm pretty sure that while I watched his video, he was demanding that this was a torp ship, but this is definitely not going to be a torp ship. Not without command on it. Miracle Worker is fine. You get the extra console slot. Now, I will say that it does seem like it can handle a Dusai pretty good. I guess the fact that it is Miracle Worker would allow it to do mix armament synergies. So if you want to have cannons and beams at it at the same time. Let's go ahead and clean up our space trash before it crashes to the planet and does damage. Yeah, let's click some fleet marks here. Yeah, so I like this design, this one. TOS will probably have to grow on me. I do like the fact... I like the fact that they are adding different areas of skins for each of the ships. They are slowly moving through and making the changes so that they do go further back. I guess the only thing that would make this a little bit more perfect for me would be to have a the Universals to be a lieutenant.
I think that was the last of them. Indeed. I think that indeed.
And this is just for me personally, but have the Universal be a lieutenant and have a commander engineering, or lieutenant commander engineering. Just because, I don't know, I'm missing the fact that I can't have emergency powered shields in them and emergency powered engines. And that maxed it out, right? Yeah, that maxed it out. So yeah, so if these two were swapped, this would be a perfect ship for me. Especially if it was the engineering and Miracle Worker. They're kind of like the same. So they kind of work well with each other. I guess that would be the only thing I would do to make this a really good ship for me. Besides that, it's fine. Like I said before, you can switch out the emergency powered shields to a emergency powered engines. Engines is probably better. The shield capacitor kind of does replace the emergency powered shields, so they are swappable. Actually, now that I think about it, that is actually probably correct. This should be emergency powered engines. This should go here. This should go here. And these should move down. And that should be. And there's other things along here that could be changed too to make this more of a science ship. But I'm just going to be going through a whole bunch of other ships, so that is not needed. Again, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of the TMP version of this ship. The TOS skin, I have a soft spot for TOS, so it's fine. This model, though, does at least make the double pontoon deflectors look good. And the fact that it's a science ship, like, I'm not smashing on the idea that it's a that has double. Because if this is a science ship, and when people started to assume that this was the ship that was going to be added, the fact that it's a science ship is just obvious because it literally has 2 deflectors. Actually, these have 4 deflectors. Technically, these are not deflectors. These are communications arrays. I think they're on both of these, yeah. Even though they look like deflectors, they're actually communications arrays. But, I mean, maybe this is good. The one thing, I was looking at the model earlier when I was watching the stream. The one thing it does stand out to me is like this big part right here. And for me, it actually started thinking about it. Is like, could you imagine the amount of science bays that are actually in this? Like, there's just like floors upon floors of science research being done. And even if these were deflectors, right? So they have rear deflectors and frontal deflectors. It would be fine. I haven't talked this much in a long time. My voice is not accepting it. But yeah, so if this was like just floors upon floors of science bays doing whatever research they're researching in whatever thing, then yeah, all these deflectors for them make sense. The only thing I don't like is that if this is a science, like a pure science, and this right here, I would probably make that the saucer, because that makes more sense for it just being a pure science ship. And I know that like people like it to look big. I will say though, yeah, that I mean, sorry. Let's actually change these nacelles back to what I was going to change them to. Let's apply. And did it apply it? It did apply at that time. Okay. But yeah. It is like one of those ships that if it ended up in like a Star Trek series, I wouldn't be upset or anything along those lines. But let's go ahead and move to the next one. Let's go and do the Okinawa. Let's sell the junk. Well, I didn't get much stuff out of that. Is this locked? Is that the reason why? Yeah. Alright. So let's go ahead and pull these weapons off. Now again, I'm not a huge science fan when it comes to science ships, so I probably honestly will never fly this ship again. That's just being 100% honest. There are ships that I love the designs, like the Duderstadt, that unfortunately it's a science ship and I just don't have a good opinion of them. It's like the Ark Royal. Ark Royal is a ship that I love. I love the Arc Royal. I love the way it looks. But I just don't know enough about science in order for me to actually do a build out it. And I was actually doing some research back when the Arc Royal came out, trying to figure out if there was a way for me to actually get a build on it, and unfortunately, there wasn't. Wait a minute. Let's move that off. I thought I did, but apparently I did not. But yeah, one of these days, I'm gonna learn me some things about science ships and get the perks and, or not perks. I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76, so perks are on my mind. But get the things I need in order for it to work. Yeah, for me unlocking stuff, this is actually not good. Because I don't ever plan on not having my front face towards something. Alright, ready, Starship. Please move everything. It did. Perfect. Arc Royal. So we're going to put this back on the Arc Royal. And then no turrets for me. Now, there is a design on this ship that I am absolutely in love with. What was the console on this one? That was a torpedo launcher. So we will move here. Now this one has a just your standard Raider seating. You could do whatever you want with it. 5 is fine. I don't need to pull out the so we'll put these down here. I need one more console. You know what? Let's try the new console. Why not? It's just gonna allow me to delete all these pulse. It is. Alright, I'm gonna step away from the computer for a minute and I'll be right back. All right, we are back. So this one, I'm actually pretty excited about. I never played this game either. I didn't play any of the old Star Trek games. Unfortunately, they generally had a uh, bad thing of actually not being very good games. But yeah, did not play this one. But I do like these models. It's actually really funny because it just landed on the Almeida. Um, this looks like a science ship to me. It's probably because we have science ships that have this low hanging portion underneath the ship, uh, which here is just a torpedo pod. But yeah, for me, it just really seems like this is supposed to be a science ship, but it's not. Listen to the stream. Thomas mentioned that it's kind of taking some vibes from the Hydra, and I can see that. It's like a single nacelle Hydra with a torpedo pod hanging on the bottom. The funny thing is, and I understand what's on the bottom because you got to match the rest of the models. But if this torpedo pod was on top, it actually probably look a lot better. Like if it was like something like that. But it is what it is. Um, Again, like I said, I'd actually never had played. Well, that is some glow. I actually never played the game that this one is from. Apparently, Thomas said this was one of the ships that he wanted in the game for a very long time, and finally was able to get a chance to get in the game. But I don't know. Uh, Again, like I said, the older Star Trek games had a reputation for not being very good, and so I just never played them. Never had a reason to play them. Probably will never ever go back to them. I just don't have an excuse to play them. Unfortunately, I think it has some of the fact to do that they're not canon. So it's just like a fun facts or fun fanfic stories. But I do like this model, this model itself. I actually like all three of these models. I love the way this one looks. Again, like I said, it'd be better if the torpedo pod was on top, but I'm not going to complain about that because it kind of has to match this. Because the torpedo pod is on the bottom here, so that's the reason why. But the one model the one version of this I do like, I love, love this. And one of the reasons why I love this is these nacelles. If you watched the stream with me before, you might have heard me say that I'm a huge Bill Krause fan. Thomas did confirm that these are Krause-inspired nacelles. I am assuming there are reasons why they have a Krause nacelle in the game. The reason why is so I really want more Tycho ships in the game. I was on a stream once. Thomas was in there, and he mentioned that they cannot bring fan ships into the game because of legal reasons. So a lot of Tycho ships just will never be in the game. They just can't. It's just how I put it. They can't, and it's unfortunate. I think Crush Tycho shipyard ships look really amazing, but they can't. And so the only way they can add a Tycho ship into the game is if it is in a TV show or movie. So currently, right now, I think most of the ships from Picard have been moved into the game. And I'd have to verify that. I'm just going off the top of my head. most of the ships from Picard, except for the Radiant, which is a an actual model that's in the background of the game or of Picard in season one, because it's a or is this season one? It's in the background, and the Radiant is a four nacelle ship that Bill Krause designed that they just had him put in the background just to be something in the background. So that can be added, and these nacelles look like the nacelles on the Radiant. Now, is that the reason why? Who knows? I don't know. I'm just some random guy playing Star Trek Online, but it's a possibility. Now, the only issue I have with this model is, man, those torpedoes are going right straight for that sensor dome. Like, I was looking at it from the front and go, man, that torpedo, you're going to fire off those torpedoes to take out your sensors. But this model looks great. I am not going to do the 0A. I understand it's more realistic to what the actual color is, but I think this looks a lot better. And I'm actually going to use this one. But Thomas, if you ever see this, thank you for these nacelles. These nacelles are absolutely gorgeous. Chef's kiss. But hopefully we can get some more Krause-inspired designs in the game, even if they're not technically Bill Krause stuff. But actually, let me change that. Hopefully we get more Bill Krause stuff in. Need more Tycho shipyards. That's all I can say. But yeah, let's go ahead and choose this one. Hopefully it'll apply it. Actually, I'm going to change my bridge to the TOS bridge. Constitution. There. Now we can apply this. But yeah, absolutely love those nacelles. And it is a Raider, so this should be pretty easy. You know what? That's actually probably correct. 3-star science, and then these spread with the. So we're gonna do gravity well here, and spread, and torpedoes spread. And then this is gonna be beta. This can be what? So that could be that. I thought I had, yeah, that's what I was looking for. I thought I had a third ability. Like put there. So this can be TAC Team 2 and distributed targeting. This is switch over to Salem, and we'll go in. Oh, we can go make it easy, and then weapons. So I should have all three. I do. All right, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Could put pilot abilities on here, but not really concerned about it. And I kind of understand why they went with those nacelles, because if you look at the
the actual Okinawa nacelles. They kind of have this tapered look to them. So it makes sense that they would use a tapered nacelle for the rest of it. Just go lock that, since we're using the gravity well, we'll move that one there. Oh. Yeah, we're not using that. Sorry, game. Make sure this is locked. Get these set up. Kind of curious on the torpedoes, but this is probably not the correct build to be using these torpedoes, but we'll see. At least they're frontal. I guess that matters. Oops. Wrong line. This can go here for right now. We'll readjust that after we get everything on here. But yeah, this is one of the ships that if after this, I will probably fly this again once or twice. Just because I really do like this design. Get some cannons. We may adjust that later on, depending on how many abilities we have. So engines, shields, and weapons. This should be a pretty speedy ship, since it's a pilot ship. Add gravity well down here. I think one of these abilities is probably moving down, probably distributed targeting. Okay. All right. I think I see what's going on. Move these here, move this here. Attack team. Oh no, I'm putting this here. All right. Drop this down to 4. Let's Disable the ugliness. Make sure these are correct. They do look like they're correct. All right. Was that 30 minutes? That's the question of the day. It was. Love these nacelles.
Good to see you, my...
Firing cycle on that was a little delayed. So I'm gonna hope. I'll be honest with you, that was a little poor. Well, we'll have to see. It did seem like there was a. Oh, I suppose this. But it did seem like there was a lag on the firing cycle. It's good maneuverable ship.
Klingon vessels are boarding.
Thank you for the bless.
We'll have to see how it handles the group. That one didn't feel very good either.
That's one less rift to worry about. Let's move to market.
Bad news, I'm afraid. Klingons are approaching our position.
What the? There, I don't know if it's a lag or what, but the firing cycle's not going off. Again, firing cycle's not going off. That is disappointing. What the hell? Of course I died. Ah, this is so... I'm really fucking pissed off right now. Fucking game. I want to give this ship the benefit of the doubt. I will say this does not feel very good. on the way it's fighting right now, but some of this might have to be just for the fact that the fire cycle did not go off when combat started. It just kind of paused. It just didn't do anything. Guns didn't go off or anything. It's like this. I don't know if this is lag or what. I'm not even 100% sure I even actually got to rank 5 on the ship. That's really frustrating. That is absolutely, absolutely frustrating. So I think 4 times I counted during that fire cycle didn't go off. It just kind of just paused. It's like it just didn't do anything. No guns, nothing. Died once for it. And then after that, just kind of just like I was already in a bad position because I was already behind. And so here's the funny thing. So Casual SAB was asking about lag on the game, and
I think that was indeed.
the servers have gotten a lot worse. And perfect example of that is doing the summer event right now. Previous years, when you fly to a spot, it generally gives you automatic credit, or sometimes it won't give you credit right away, but by the time you get to the next spot, it'll have given you credit. I can't tell you how many times that I've had to redo half of a line within the summer daily right now because it did not register that I had got there. And that's because the server lagged by the time I got to the spot and then got past the spot. It never registered that I was at the spot. The lag is very similar to what happened with the fire cycle haste here, where it just did not go off. And did I actually reach? I did reach 5, but where it just skipped it, like it just skipped that whole fire cycle. There's an issue with the servers. there is definitely an issue with the server. I mean, the ship's pretty though. Look at that thing. I wonder what ships do we have up here. I want to compare the size. Is that a Hydra? No, that's a Typhoon. It is smaller than a Typhon. Is that also? No, that's... I just kind of want to get an idea of how big this ship is. Just looks, it looks pretty. I like the way this ship looks. Is that a Luna? Or not Luna, Intrepid. It is smaller than an Intrepid. Holy crap, this is a small ship. Holy. There's a Miranda. How big is it compared to the Miranda? Smaller than a Miranda. Alright. This is a dinky ship. And I'm not going to compare it against a Constitution if it's way smaller than a Miranda. What are you? You are. Oh, you're. This is definitely smaller than an Akira. Oh yeah, it's not even close. Technically, the Akira in canon is huge. It is huge. All right, let's go ahead and beam in. I'm probably gonna fly a ship again. I'm not happy with the server right now, but I will be flying this ship again. Let's go ahead and get the Warden. All right, let's actually get rid of our space trash. All right. Got to pull the weapons off. I do pull the weapons off manually, only because I put them on in a certain order. I don't have OCD, but consider it as an OCD thing. We're going to leave that on there. Again, I'm probably going to come back to the ship at a later date. I don't think it's a great ship. I will say that. I would have preferred one more slot back here, but it is a Raider, so that's good. Pilot doesn't leave much to the imagination when it comes to actual bridge officer abilities. All right. And now, Warden. All right. Now, does this one allow for cannons? It does allow for cannons. I mean, we can put cannons on it. So, I do have an issue with this ship, and I'll show you in just a moment. Oops, what am I doing? And my issue with this ship, because I was looking at it earlier, and I really think that they needed a new Ranger slash Paladin ship. I was voting for it. I was hoping for it. But unfortunately, let's see. Well, actually, grab that one. I was hoping for it, but unfortunately, that's 6 slots. Well, this is not the this is not the variant that I wanted. It is a poor replacement. Let's just put it that way. Let's change that on. And the reason why, probably best if we let me grab a snipping tulip. It's in the bridge officer slots, so here's the Paladin. Right. We don't need all that. We just need this. And then reset. for the Warden. Oh, yeah, it was on there. I was like, is it? And so here's the Warden. So, for one, they're both temporal. They're both double temporal, which makes it worse. And so there's like no variation between the two. They're both 4/4s, which makes it so there's no variation between the two. The only difference is that the Warden does have a hangar bay. Good, I guess. But for the most part, it's basically the same ship, except for the seating is worse. Because in the Paladin, at least you got decent tack seating. Of course, it has an instant science, so you can you can do the lieutenant commander for a science. It gives you 4 science slots, but that's not the worst, because you have four engineering slots. You never need more than 4 engineering slots. It doesn't matter what you do. You just never need more than 4 engineering slots. And the Warden has 6. Granted, it's temporal. You can do recursive sharing. You can do something. But it doesn't need 6 engineering slots. It just doesn't. And I have an issue with that. I do. I do think the Warden skin, it looks really nice. It looks really nice. And it's great for the Paladin, because you can use this on the Paladin if you're going to fly this. I would honestly suggest if you're going to fly one of these, fly the Paladin. It's better. But yeah, so you can use this on the Paladin, but it becomes to the point where the Paladin has this huge issue where everything that is on it is locked behind a paywall. Though this says that the Ranger is included. I'm not sure it's supposed to be included. Actually, I was listening on the stream. I think they mentioned that it's not supposed to be included. You're supposed to have to purchase the Ranger in order for it to be included. But everything on the Paladin is locked behind a paywall. It is. So if you want good skins for this, you have to you have to buy them. It's because this skin doesn't come with the Paladin. This skin won't come with the Paladin. But yeah. So if you're gonna fly one of these ships, fly the Paladin. Switch to skin if you have to. And if you want the Paladin, you can really easily get it through the either the is it Delta? No, it's not Delta. It is Temporal. Through this pack, this will give you the Ranger, or you can just get the starter bundle, the Temporal starter bundle. Which, if you're starting out new, wait, why do I not see the Temporal starting bundle on here? That's weird. Should be a starting bundle here with the. Is it because I have it through something else? There should be a starting bundle that has the Paladin on it. Also has the TOS on it, And if you're starting out, it's actually really good because the TOS beams are infinity, so you can actually get the TOS ship. It's which one is it? This one. So the beams on this one, you can get the ship, take off the beams, get rid of the ship, get the ship again, grab the beams, and allows you to have phaser beams on your ship that are infinity until you can get something better. But yeah, so that is my opinion on this ship. And the skin looks really nice on it, but again, it just makes it more parts of the Paladin that are locked behind bay walls. Yeah, let's go ahead and finish building out this ship. That's my rant for the moment. My 2 cents. Like I really do think that this ship, like the Paladin, really needs a 5.3, and maybe we'll get one sometime in the future. Who knows? I mean, with the release schedule that they currently have, that'll be 4 years from now. Because it seems like they're only doing 2 bundles now per year. It's the anniversary bundle, then the July bundle is what they're doing. I have opinions on that too, but or they're going to do something very shady, like lock a upgrade behind a Affinity paywall or promo paywall, which I will not see as kindly. Actually, I think I need to move this here. Make sure protection is on. And then the joy of trying to do. Alright, so Loki, can I switch you over to a temporal? Because I'm probably going to have to. Yeah, I can. I think he's like this because I was messing around with temporal. I think I had those selected for a reason, so this can be, well, the wrong person. This needs to be Salem. So, shields here, and then Ox the Bat. Do I do Ox the Bat? Wait. Oh, no. Modulation is what I want to do. Maybe I should do... Maybe I should do beams. Oh, well. So actually, probably... We'll do beta. We'll keep the chemo site here, and then we'll do tactical team here. And gravity well. I don't remember why I had these selected once. It's the only ability I have on him, so I'm assuming I chose it for a reason. So I don't have recursive shearing 3. I'm not a fan of recursive shearing. I don't know. It seems like it's more of a single target ability, and I don't use single target abilities. And again, this was the only one. Well, I guess I had, what do I have defaulted on him? Heisenberg. So that seems to be what I actually intended for that build. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this one done. Again, like I said, skin's great, ship not so much. If you want something better, if you want to fly that skin, fly the Paladin. It's a better ship, in my opinion. So somebody out there is gonna prove me wrong, but it's just the fact that it's the same exact ship except for a couple differences. I just wish they would not have made it a temporal. Anything else would have been better. Just not a temporal. I mean, it looks good though. Ooh, the butt forks. And the big old torpedo pod on the top of it, I feel like it should have been a command. If there's any ship that should have been command in this bundle, it probably should have been this one. All right. Let's go ahead and get this set up and get this one done and over with. All right, so we're gonna do that. We are using gravity well, so we'll increase that. Ooh, that's just gonna make this this last run very frustrating, I think. Yeah, I am. Maybe this should have been a beams ship. We'll go with this right now. We'll see how well this does, and most likely this is going to be a ship that I'm gonna never fly again. Unfortunately, feels bad to say that, but it might be true. Engines, shields, and weapons. And now, when I complain about the ship, I understand that not every ship can be the best or amazing. but it could be better. Put these right here for right now. They're going to be for triggering stuff. So we can put that there because we don't have torpedo spread on here. For sure, these can be moved down, which means this can actually be moved here. All right. For this ability. All right, let's oh, I need to get rid of the ugliness. It is a very pretty design. I think this whole, like, actually, I'm not gonna say that about the Paladin. The Paladin is fine, the Paladin skin, but these two skins look really good. The this and the Ranger skin look really good. All right, has it been 30 minutes? It has. All right, we'll see if the fire cycles go off like they're supposed to.
Good to see you, my friend. As you can see,
All right. Well, that seemed to go off correctly.
we did it.
That rift's unstable. We need to hurry, or those ships won't make it.
Klingon vessels are moving.
All right, so far so good.
Thank you for coming to our aid. Some sort of energy surge.
To how long it's been since I been in a temporal ship.
That's one less rift to worry about. Let's move to the market.
Bad news, I'm afraid. Klingons are approaching our position.
Oh yeah. You can tell I have more on-con going. Because the consoles are going off a lot quicker. Yeah, the reason why that bridge officer has tempo because I was testing some of the ships, so this makes sense. Yeah, this is probably doing a lot more damage only because it actually has on-con gun. The other ones weren't really doing that much on-con. Yeah, I've had generally this is the same timer as the 2-minute timer, but they're not. Okay. Yeah. No missing on fire cycle on that one. Yeah. I kind of feel bad about the Okinawa. I feel like it should have did better, but missing 4 cycles during its run did kind of hurt it. I mean, this ship feels fine. Besides for my complaints about the seating and the Paladin actually having better seating, the ship seems fine. Let's grab my fleet marks. Alright. We'll clean up space trash so we don't have engines crash into the planet.
I think that was the last.
Finish this one out. Yep, that one definitely hit us on 5. So my opinions of the new ship, man, the I wish I knew more about science for the Proxima. It felt good when I did a Dusai on it. Killed everything pretty much fast enough. So it seems fine. The Okinawa, I love the Ventura skin. It's probably one of my new favorite skins. Again, I wish that ship would have performed a little bit better when I was running it. But I think it's because 4 fire cycles were missed because of lag. And then with this ship, again, beautiful skin. Like all these ships, like all 9 of the skins that they have are gorgeous. Art team did a really good job on getting these skins into the game. The only thing is that the developmental team, I don't know, should have looked to see what the stats were on the Paladin. Just because, these, it's just not close to being, not close to the Paladin. But if it is a ship you like, I mean, don't let my ranting on it deter you from wanting to fly it. It's a fine ship in that right. Any of these ships, any ship you ever get in the C store, any T6 ship, you can play it from level 3, I think is the lowest you can be when you get out of the tutorial, on up to level 160 some, whatever it is, and feel fine about it if you're just looking to fly a ship and that's all you really care about. But I just feel that like there is a missed opportunity on this one, that even if you wanted to make a 4-4 ship, at least make it somewhat different than the Paladin. Dual temporal on 2 different ships within this line. The 2 T6 ships in this line are both dual temporal, and that shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. Like, even if you wanted to do these stats the way they are right now, with the crappy tacticals and the overdone engineering, even if you wanted to do all that, you should have made it dual temporal. Because it's all you're doing is trying to compare it to itself, and the Paladin is way better. Better seating and everything. I do like the new ships. Oh, we'll go ahead and leave it at that. They aren't the best ships. Or let me correct that statement. Okinawa's amazing. I need to play with the Okinawa a little bit more, just because of the fact that I feel like I didn't get a good run on it. But my main complaint is with the Warden. That's all I can say. But I'm gonna end it right here, and then call it for right now. I hope you did like this. If you do more content like this, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified when I stream or post a video again. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.